Okay, so now we're gonna do Bleach 618, The Dark Arm, which mostly focused on Aizen plus
and not,
the other side, Yuha Bak side as well. But we'll start with
which is
Yuha Bak,
good.
or not
no,
Yuha Bak. We'll start with Aizen, because it's
no, 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 no. There's too much Aizen greatness to talk about. We'll start with the other unimportant stuff.
okay. We'll start with Yuha Bak then. So yeah, it started off that side, the second half of the chapter really, but it was a little bit more than that. But uh, he's trying to kill Mimihagi, the arm,
Uh
but
huh.
Ichigo
Yeah.
steps in the way, and Yoruichi is able to put like a barrier up in that second that he's able to distract Yuha.
Seemingly, though, as a way of trying to contain him to be a replacement for the Soul King.
Right.
Because
So
we still don't even fully understand that aspect.
yeah, that's true, and it seems to be quite temporary still, but we'll see what happens there. But then you get like an interesting dialogue between Yuha Bak and Ichigo, where he doesn't. I don't understand Bak here because he's like, "You have the Quincy blood flowing in your veins. Why are you stopping me? Why the fuck do you think he's stopping you? Because he didn't choose you, asswipe."
Nope. Because he's still thinking that he can use his mental powers to make him his Ichigo's Quincy blood boil and take over his mind like he did with when he made him slice up the Soul King.
Yeah, I mean, I figure if he
Which,
just controlled his arm, not his
because
mind though.
well, no, I mean controlled his mind only enough to make his arm move.
Hmm.
Which, honestly, I think the reason why he was only able to get his arm was because Ichigo was just too strong to fully control.
Probably.
Because Ichigo's on a whole new level.
Hmm.
Like now I mean this is probably true, but he's probably stronger than his final when he was in his final Getsuko Tensho form.
When he goes out, probably.
I would assume so because it's perceived that Yuha's stronger than Aizen was
Hmm.
when he fought Ichigo. Because as we all know, Aizen's probably gotten far stronger. And then, so, pretty much nothing else happened except Aizen greatness.
Though there was one interesting statement at the end of the chapter with Yuha Bak where he
Oh,
says,
yes.
like, whether things go my way or not is simply a matter for these eyes of mine to decide. Sharingan?
What? No. That'd be even more OP than the friggin' Naruto, all the various eye powers of Naruto. Because that's basically saying that his eyes could change the future so it goes in his way.
Like, Izanagi? Izanami?
Like, yeah, but like that was only like in friggin' that was only like, okay, erase unfortunate events for yourself
Hmm.
at the sacrifice of your sight. But this, he's making it seem like his eyes are constantly changing the future to make sure everything remains in his favor, as opposed to him erasing bad things that happened to him. It's just
Hmm.
turning things in his favor, as
Yeah,
well as giving him the insight to predict his opponent's movements so he can beat them. And
right.
so it's like Yuha Bak is real. Can he really be that OP?
He's very
And if
cryptic, I can tell you that much.
oh yeah, very cryptic. You know, of course, there's also that whole thing about how in last chapter how he supposedly couldn't see Mimi Hagi-sama's future.
Hmm.
So is it possible that the only way to be if his power is so OP that he can affect the people's future except for those of the parts of the Soul King? It means that the only people who can beat them, Yuha Bak, are someone who's wielding or has contains a part of the Soul King, and which is making it closer and closer to our theory about the location about where the fact that the other pieces will come into play,
Hmm.
and that they will most likely be contained within people. And first of all, we had Ukitake with one. Now, Ichigo's probably going to have one, which is why he's going to be able to beat Yuha Bach, because,
Yep.
he's the protagonist and he has to beat the villain.
Mhm.
And people are now saying that Aizen's probably has the other one, as one,
Because Aizen.
because Aizen is right. And then, of course, our favorite, the person, and then the last remaining piece is probably being held within the body of the person that people have been dying to see for the longest, who has been dick teased up the wazoo, Grimjow,
My gosh.
which would be awesome because everybody really wants to see him, and
Mhm.
he's probably would be really good at this point. But the problem is that the only issue I would see with him being, if like he were to be revealed as having one of the pieces inside of him, is the fact that that would mean he should have been way stronger
Right.
back in the friggin' Arankar shit. Not friggin' what was it? Was he number 5? I think
6.
6. Yeah, he was only 6. If he had a piece of the Soul King inside of him, he should have been friggin' number 1.
Yeah, I'll say.
Like he should have been friggin' Aizen's right hand man, not the friggin' stupid ass blind guy.
Mhm.
It's just ridiculous. Like, and even if he and even if it didn't, even if it was hid, like even if he wasn't able to utilize the power, you knew the Troll King Aizen would have found out about it,
Hmm.
and he probably also knew about the Hoge. Like most likely, the Hogekyu is probably the the piece that Aizen has of the Soul King.
Hmm.
It's probably the Hoge. Well, at least that's what I think.
Well, that was created by Kisuke.
But remember, the Soul Society created the Soul King. Remember, and Kisuke
Apparently.
knows, and Kisuke seemingly knows everything. So it's very possible that he created the Hogekyu from the to contain is the Hogekyu he created was a piece of the Soul King. Because for all we know, Kisuke probably was there and probably was one of the people that helped create it. For all we know,
Allegedly create.
allegedly create. We still don't even fully, the even though that honestly, like the pacing right now, almost is actually kind of sort of feels worse than One Piece right now. I mean,
It's a lot of exposition, but I think like on Yuha Bak's side, it's way too slow.
because we're slowly finding out information, and it's like, are you gonna give it to us and give us information or not? Are you gonna like, come on?
Yeah.
It's
Bleach
like here,
Bleach has its moments where it's like pacing is on point, and then it has its moments where it's like, am I reading One Piece here? Oh my gosh.
no, One Piece pacing is better than this. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
At least One Piece, when it goes slow, it fills it up with scenes of people doing stuff. Like, but Bleach doesn't even feel like people are doing anything.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway,
Aizen.
and then Aizen.
Yeah, let's go to
The
Aizen.
fact that Aizen, now as we found out, he's real. This is real.
Mhm.
But the fact is that the removal of one seal allowed him to summon up enough power to walk around, despite the fact that he had so many other seals on him,
Right.
which probably showcases his power immensely.
Mhm.
You know, but it also shows that he has his limits too. I mean, he's not that strong that he can remove all the seals by himself just by one of them being removed.
Right.
And then he decides conveniently the eye we saw at the end of the eye that wasn't shadowed in the last chapter was the one that one eye, I think with the left eye, gets unlocked as well as his ankles.
Mhm.
So, which makes no sense. Why does the ankles have a single seal, whereas his eyes have a seal for each one.
Right.
Which makes no sense. But the point is that Aizen, they started like, okay, get in the chair. Nope. He slices them up just from his Ryatsu alone.
Yep.
And he only has 3 seals removed. And then you have the whole fact that even though they are basically trying to get him to fight for the Soul Society, they still don't trust him enough to have. So they put the keys inside of what's his name?
Yeah, they put like the main key inside of Kiraku's heart so that if
Yeah,
he gets killed, it
it's gone.
yeah, it's literally gone because they'll shut the door
Hmm.
forever.
Which is definitely interesting, but there's it's because when you have the freaking because now you can fully have the Eisen Troll King train is leaving the station, and
Mm-hmm.
once it leaves the station, you have no idea where it's going to end up and what's going to happen along the way.
Oh yeah.
Like like I said last week, for all we know, Eisen could have been planning this all along. That he knew Yuha Bach. If he failed, that Yuha Bach would show up eventually, and he would be forced, and the Soul Society would be forced to release Eisen to help.
Mm-hmm.
Now the biggest question, of course, on everyone's mind is what is obviously is what Eisen's going to do, but more importantly, whose side is he going to be on? Is he going to side with the Soul Society and to help to defend it, or is he going to side with Yuha and decide to help him destroy it, or is he going to be a third party and say screw both of them? I got my own ambitions.
Uh-huh.
Who knows?
Can't wait. But yeah,
Yeah, it was definitely a good chapter though.
overall it was a good chapter. I really liked the dialogue between Aizen and Kiraku. It was a very good
The
dialogue.
dialogue was good. It was. I just my only gripe is that just it's still
Pacing,
moving
yeah.
too slow. Still moving too slow.
I'm with
Like
you there.
like I said, like One Piece is moving faster.
It is.
Well, I mean, not just now, especially because it's trying to wrap things up. But I'm talking about like back when we're friggin' spending 5 chapters on Totada bullshit. Like,
Spending 4 chapters on I'm gonna take Doflamingo's head.
yeah,
No, I am.
even that was more dynamic than these last couple of chapters of Bleach.
Yeah, but
Uh,
anyway, that was there was
Bleach.
at least some good stuff there, even though the pacing was it's still pretty awful right now, but hopefully it'll pick up.
Well, the excitement's picking up already, so hopefully the excitement will bring the pacing up with it.